We're all going down to Texas. To chase that winter storm. Ow! You heard me right. Another winter storm is on the way. This time it has its sights set on the south. And the Sugar Bowl, where Ohio State is taking on Texas on Friday, could be severely impacted, with scenes like this at AT&T Stadium possible, with air and ground travel being extremely difficult. We'll cover that along with the cold temperatures expected behind this storm, along with any other winter storm threats beyond this one. And all of that starts in this week's video, starting now. Visible satellite's pretty calm out there right now. You'll notice two things. One, all of that white in the middle of the screen, that's some clouds. Behind those clouds is that big swath of snow that's not gonna be melting anytime soon. Some locations got up to a foot plus, even 1.5 feet in Kansas. The second thing to notice is this swirl over here. That's the beginning of our storm system that's gonna be impacting the south this week. And it's just starting to take shape. Got a lot of snow cover here in the west where they've got a lot of mountain snow and very cold temperatures in Florida in the eastern United States, as we've got cold Canadian air filtering in. You can see it right off the coast of Florida. We've got air just filtering down from the north, and that's causing big time cool downs. Speaking of our temperatures, we are absolutely frigid across a lot of the country right now. Check that cold front out. It made its way all the way to Florida, where we're now in the 30s, 40s, and 50s. All those snowbirds are down there like, why did I even come south? Really doesn't matter, because the rest of the country is downright frigid. The big story right now is these winter storm watches that have been put in place in northern Texas, central Arkansas, and southern Oklahoma, along with the PDS red flag warning for southern California, where they're expecting a pretty good Santa Ana wind event. And that's like a PDS version of the tornado warning, except it's for fire. That just means really dangerous fire conditions exist down there in southern California. Outside of those two areas, we've got some scattered winter weather advisories in Colorado, in southern New Mexico, and some freeze warnings down there in Florida and southern Georgia. Big story here is these winter storm watches that go into effect now. I expect a lot of these to be upgraded to winter storm warnings over the next 24 hours. Now, why are these winter storm watches in place? Because a winter storm is going to form. That's this system here in blue. Watch as it evolves over the next 24 to 48 hours. It's going to move into Texas. We've got a big ridge of high pressure out here. That's causing the jet stream, a huge dip in the jet stream down here. Then we've got this big dig in the jet stream down here, and that's going to cause a low pressure to form here at the surface. We're going to have a warm front draped across there. Going to have warm, moist air advecting the north. A lot of precipitation that's going to follow, with some very cold air wrapping around back. That is going to be our winter storm. Now let's time this storm out here. This is Thursday night. Watch as our storm really starts to take shape here. You're going to have snow on the north side, rain on the south, possibly a small sliver of freezing rain in between. Continuing on Thursday overnight, our storm's gonna get a little bit stronger and slide to the east, eventually making its way by Friday to the deep south and Tennessee valleys. So Tennessee, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, even some of the same areas that got hit by our first winter storm could also get in on that snow action. Now going into Saturday, here's where the big question comes into play. The GFS model has this low strengthening off the coast and bringing a heavy axis snow dangerously close to the northeast. By Sunday, our storm's going to move on out, and the country's going to be pretty quiet Sunday night. Now, this storm is going to be very impactful for people going to the Cotton Bowl. Really, anyone in northern Texas, southern Oklahoma, Arkansas, into Tennessee. Check it out. This is the Euro model. I'm going to pause it here. So the snow and ice are just starting to move out of Texas and move into Arkansas, and then sliding into Tennessee during the day and evening on Friday, eventually into the Ohio Valley on Saturday. But there's going to be a lot of folks that are making their way to Texas on Thursday and Friday to see the game, which is Friday night. And right now, that winter storm is going to be at its worst Friday morning in Texas. So if you are going to the Cotton Bowl, make sure you check your flights, check the winter weather warnings, because your travel, even if you get there, could be significantly impacted going to the game.
This is your captain speaking with a special flight announcement. Make sure to smash the like and subscribe button. Thanks for flying Stormcat Air. Back to the video.
Now the snow totals, this is big time snow for this part of the country. This is the Euro model right now, and it's showing a swath of 6 to 8+ inches, maybe 12+ inches in some areas. Now the GFS model has backed off that snow a little bit, has that axis of snow a little bit further to the north, but look off to the east in northern Georgia, Alabama, and Mississippi. It's got 6 to 8 inches falling there, guys, which would be a huge deal for this part of the country. They normally don't get this amount of snow. This was caused big time problems in the south. Now, interestingly enough, Freezing rain might not be as big of a problem as the winter storm we just had. It's most likely going to be a rain and snow event primarily, with some spots getting up to 1/10 of an inch of ice, maybe a little bit more. Now, the National Weather Service is just starting to issue their official forecast for snow, and with the differences that still exist in the models, adjustments are definitely going to happen in those snow totals. If you take one thing from this video, know that there is the potential of some significant wintry precipitation in the south, likes of which we haven't seen in a long time. And if you are going to the Cotton Bowl, know that wintry weather is going to make travel a big time problem on Thursday and Friday. Now, after our storm hits the south, the question is really going to be, is it going to turn north and affect the northeast, or is it just going to slide off the coast like the Euro indicates here? 'Cause I got news for you. If this thing trends a little bit further to the north, we could be looking at a big time snow event here along the east coast. For now, those signs are pointing to our heavy snow staying off the coast and the northeast just getting an inch or two. I think at this point, we do know that the Ohio Valley and the Tennessee Valley is going to be impacted by some heavy snow with this storm. Beyond that, we got to wait and see. Now, check this out, guys. This is the Euro Ensemble, indicates a greater than 80% chance of getting 6 inches or more of snow, with a bigger area of 50 to 60% chance of getting at least 6 inches of snow. The GFS isn't as bullish here, but still it's a pretty strong signal, especially for the south. 30 to 40% chance of getting greater than 6 inches. That's a big deal. I'm just going to keep showing you cool winter graphics until you get sick of it. And this one comes from the Weather Prediction Center. This is day 4. This is the chances of getting at least 0.25 of liquid equivalent of either snow or sleet. That's snow, that's several inches of snow. If that's sleet, that's a couple inches of sleet. And check it out, we got a big area of a 30 to 50% chance, with this blue area being 70 to 90% chance. Now, this storm is also going to drop some snow on the northern side, the places that just saw that significant winter storm. And all that snow is not going to melt with these cold temperatures, so we are going to get more snow on top of that foot that already fell. I'm going to be keeping my eye closely on this storm over the next couple of days to see, is it going to trend further to the south off the east coast? At this point, we do know it is going to be a problem for the south, but is it going to be a problem for the northeast? TBD on that. I'm sure I'll have an update on Twitter in my next video here on YouTube. Now, what are these temperatures going to look like? Well, guys, a lot of the country's going to be below normal. Winter has arrived and it's here to stay. This is the 8 to 14 day temperature outlook, and below normal temperatures, blue everywhere. Keep your snow boots out, keep your winter coats out, get ready for some high heating bills, because that cold ain't going anywhere. You guys know I've showed this graphic a lot. This is the temperature anomaly graphic. Blue, purple, cold, red, hot. And the rest of January looks wildly cold among a lot of the country. Torch is gone and the cold is here. Snow lovers rejoice. And I'm gonna be straight miserable here in Ohio, because that is where a lot of the coldest temperatures are gonna be. If we don't get snow out of this, it's gonna be a problem. And it will all be Jordan's fault. He's cursed me. Now, once our winter storm moves out, our next snow chance is gonna be this clipper that's gonna filter in from Canada. There's some light to moderate snow possible, but nothing too big. And then during the week next week, we'll probably be pretty quiet across the United States, with the next storm system moving in by next weekend.
This is your captain speaking. Due to winter storm conditions, your flight is delayed 9 hours. You will never leave this plane. Now we will begin serving beverage and refreshments, but the seatbelt sign is still on. Please refrain from moaning, crying, or screaming. Thanks for flying Stormcat Air.
Hello, can I go to the bathroom? Can I get some ginger ale? Sir, one more comment like that and you're gone. We're only delayed 9 hours. You're fine. Our restroom's closed forever. You're stuck here. All right, guys, well, that about does it for the forecast. If you are traveling to Texas, or if you are in the South, get ready for a big time winter storm. Well, it doesn't look like I'm getting down there for the game, and I don't think I'm ever getting out of this plane. This is the worst. Just let me leave. Oh, this is Stormcat 5, and I'll see you on the next one.